Good morning, everyone. So nobody joined the meeting, so I'm recording the video. And this is my fourth time because the memory card kind of broke, malfunctioned. So the camera kept recording, and then after 30 seconds it went off without me knowing. So I presented the lesson 3 times now. Okay. So today we are talking about water. We've been talking about recycling. We started talking about the importance of water, and we're going to talk about water cycle. But today we're just talking about the conservation of it, kind of. So basically why we need to spare water. Okay. So first things first, interesting fact, of all of the water on this whole earth, we have salt water and we have fresh water, and I quickly discussed the difference between salt water and fresh water and why we can only have fresh water. And I did tell you, okay, we have to be careful with it, because the salt water can't necessarily be processed into fresh water. Okay, so I did mention that quickly last week, I'm not sure, sometime. So now, just to kind of give you the visual of it, so if we have all of this, it's really just a visual, it's not based on any truth. It's my estimations. So if we have all of this is our water, then this is all salt water, okay? And this is our fresh water. Now, the interesting fact that I want to tell you is that 68% of the fresh water that we have is trapped in the glaciers. So we really don't have that much fresh water. We really rely on the rain to give us water to fill up our dams and our rivers and our reservoirs. Okay, so of the fresh water that we have that much. So this is how much water we can actually use, and it depends on rainfall. So sparing, being careful with water is really important. Okay, so that's just quick interesting thingy. Okay, so how can you save water in and around the house? So I'm sure we always accidentally start talking about some of these topics like veganism. You know, we always end up doing that. So I'm sure we have discussed how we can save water. But just to revise, things like letting your laundry water run out onto your garden, or using your bath water to fill up in buckets and pour into the water. Pour over the garden. Small things like that, not letting the tap run. For example, when you wash the dishes, you don't have to, for example, put soap on the sponge and then let the water run while you wash all of the dishes. Put the plug in, fill up the sink and wash all of the dishes. Same with the bathroom, you can use a glass instead of letting the tap run while you brush your teeth. Small things like that. If you live alone or if you have your own bathroom, instead of flushing the whole tank of 20 liters of water every time you use the bathroom, just take a glass. Trick I learned on the farm. We didn't have water, so we had bottles. But anyway, just take a glass and just 1 or 2 glasses instead of 40 or 20, depends on your toilet, liters, you use 1 liter to just flush away the icky bits and to ensure that it doesn't block, the toilet paper doesn't block. But then at the end of the day, or 3 times a day, you do flush the whole toilet so that it all goes away. So small things that you have to be conscious about. Okay, but that's way off topic, or not really, but yeah. Okay, so Water Week, They tell us water is precious, talk about how the Mzansi family saves water, recycles water. So if you can see, I'm sure you can, you'll see that both of the boys obviously had shared the bath water. They both bathed in that one tub of water. You'll see that mom wants to garden her plants from the bath water. Dad is happy because he can use the bath water to wash his car. And you can see that mom is actually using a glass instead of letting the tap run while she's brushing her teeth. So, okay, that's about basically it. We would have given scores for how much you recycle water. So, for example, me, when I do my laundry, my tap kind of drips because the connection isn't like a... So I use that, I put a bowl under the tap and then I use that water to water my indoor plants. So every week I wash laundry. So every week I use that water to water my plants. On the farm we use our laundry water, our dish water, everything from the kitchen we let out onto the grass, and our grass is beautiful. And the soap in the water is also really good for the plants because it keeps bugs away. So it's really good. It's not like unhealthy or anything. It keeps the plants healthy. I would of course recommend that if you have a vegetable garden, that you have like a grey water recycling bottle or tank, so that the water is first processed, filtered, and then goes on to the vegetables. That would be better. Okay, and then share your bath water. Well, I don't have a bath, I have a shower. So what you can do in the shower is keep a bucket in the shower, and you'll notice how quickly the bucket fills up with water. Even though you're using all of the water, it's not affecting you. The excess water goes into the bucket, and you don't have to stand in the bucket and let your water run down. Just put it in the corner of the shower and you'll see how much water is actually wasted. And the shower is actually better than a bath in terms of wasting water. So yes, okay, we can't really discuss further, so we're done for today. Bye.